Okay, I did an hour and a half on my bike, bike. She needed some special attention today too. She was, yeah, needing some work. Um, so I had to stop a few times, and then I finally figured out what the issue was and corrected it. I think I got a little bit of grease on my face. Um, yeah, earlier video, that I know I am sometimes going to be triggered. Um, that's an expression that I think is often used and accepted now about kind of creating a bridge between my present and my past uh, emotional wounds, I guess, fears, experiences, and the trigger. I use often when I'm speaking with others and also creates an understanding with me. I talk about, okay, let's see, over there. You see that little glowing light over there next to the door? Now that's a light switch. Okay, so when I push that light switch, the lights in this room are going to go out. And you might think that, oh, that light switch is responsible for the light. And it's like, no, it's not true. There is 99.99999% of what creates this light is going on the other side of that switch. That switch just connects a circuit that allows this light to come on in response to the 999 point whatever. That's enough nine shit. Anyway, and so yeah, over the years I have reduced um, the energy, the emotional energy that is on the other side of my trigger. And I have also come to understand that a switch will sometimes get touched, opened, and it's mine. It's not about blaming circumstances or individuals. Yeah, my mind will say, it's because of, and it's like, okay, look, I just need to just be with this, be uncomfortable. I think that's been a big part of my process is finding peace with the uncomfortableness, and not knowing how it's going to end. I think so often I was out trying to make the pain go away, and there were lots of individuals out there ready to show me what they believed is the way to stop my pain and suffering. And the point is that most people, they know ways that they've learned, but my experience is most people don't live it. They teach it or they share it. But if you take them outside of that environment, they go just I mean, just as crazy as I can go. And I tell people that too. I said, it's I've practiced this for 40 plus years, but I got the potential to be just as fucking crazy as I was, 20, 30 years ago. That energy, that connection to the misperceptions that were programmed. And fortunately, I don't drink and I don't do alcohol, and I have changed my lifestyle to make me more connected to accepting that there are moments I can be triggered, and also moments other people can be triggered. You know, either by circumstances that have absolutely nothing to do with me, or circumstances that I might have created by word or action or movement or whatever. But to be able to be available, to be supportive and understanding, and not have to defend and attack when someone has been triggered. That I can be understanding and compassionate. Of course, it had to start here. I had to have acceptance, compassion, kindness to me, and then that can overflow into others. But anyway, an hour and a half on my bike. I'm going to go up and put some food in my belly, and then I think I'm going to come back here and do some strength training. Honey has some work to do when she gets home. She's a teacher, and so she has to grade papers and do administrative stuff and planning stuff. So I kind of have some time to myself this evening, so I think I come down and do some strength training. I've learned that the intensity of my trigger creates a need for recovery, and the level of the intensity is an indication of the time that it can take me to recover. That my button is closer to the surface for a period of time, and so to go into a real simple take care of me, work on my centeredness, my quietness, but also respecting that my trigger is a little closer to the surface than it was before this situation, event, whatever. And it may take me some hours or even days to recover. Just because my intensity level has dropped significantly, but the effect of creating that much intensity has a lasting effect. So I have to be patient with me and keep this guy quiet, really. And if he's going to be active, he needs to be proactive, and that means in a simple way. Let's eat, let's drink, let's exercise, let's rest, let's stay away from sensitive topics. I don't need to do self-analysis. I know what goes on, and now that I'm 75, I keep changing, that's for sure. But I also know that there's some things that are, I guess I'll accept I'm a little bit stuck with. I'm not going to get my right knee back. I'm going to have this pathetic right knee for the rest of my time in this body. So I choose to accept that there are some things. And I can take responsibility. I can apologize if I bring it out into the lives of the people around me, and then again recover and move on. And maybe I check in a little later when I'm doing some weight training. What do you think? Huh? Stop here, check in later. Pow. Okay, just a short check-in, check-out, finish up. Yeah, it definitely got my energy level down, and got my thinking back into the present, and I also learned, every time something I get a trigger, I learn something, and I can communicate with my partner and tell her a little bit about my trigger, and it's not her responsibility to take care of me, but I think this dance that we do in relationship, whether it's intimate partners or people we work with, if we let them know what we want or what we need, and get understanding and support and compassion, consideration. Did I say that? Anyway, so it's I'm going to get triggered again, and it's not anyone's responsibility to prevent my trigger. But if I tell them where my sore toe is, maybe they'll choose to be aware I have a sore toe, and that doesn't mean they never step on my sore toe. And they don't need to walk around in fear of stepping on my sore toe. But emotionally, metaphorically, I have a sore toe. And so when that gets bumped either by me or by someone else, I have a strong reaction. And fortunately, I understand now it's my sore toe. Nobody is responsible for the intensity of my reaction. That's all mine. And I can learn about maybe I don't wear those shoes. Maybe I am a little bit more aware. Again, not out of fear to prevent, but out of just a conscious awareness of doing things differently. So anyway, I did a little weight training, and I go upstairs, do some protein, and then get a shower and meet my honey for some TV before bed. That's it for me. I'll check in again when I check in again, huh? Pow.